Blowjobs are a no for me.
It is a skill. It is a practice skill. It is a necessary skill. Ooh.
The secret to a great blowjob is saliva, saliva, saliva.
It's important for us to learn from this because I think we lose because we beat ourselves.
You need to swallow it too.
I understand the problem here.
The people don't understand esophagus is the main player of the game.
Try to stay away from it as much as I can.
You can start by licking the dip.
I didn't understand it, but
Patrick Ajamang to Bambi or a newborn giraffe or what?
Oh, well, the straight red card. Yeah, well, thank you for trying to get Pete's attention. Here's the weird thing, everybody. I left my phone at work. So I have no phone. I have no way to text Pete. So I have no way to call him. I have no way to text him. So that's the only way I can get a hold of him. I had to send Brett today a message saying, I have no phone. I left it at work.
When we were talking about how weird that must feel, like you had like the phantom rings and vibrations. You're always constantly reaching for your pocket. Like, oh, I don't have my phone. Shit, that's right.
It's just so weird because I was about 2 minutes from home, and I'm not driving back another 30 minutes to go get it. 35 minutes. Not doing, especially in the heat of the Indianapolis traffic. It could be 50 minutes, an hour by the time I get home, 2 hours. Mm-hmm. So I just said, you know what, Derek? And at first, yes, you're right. That chill went through my whole body. Like,
hey, you know what,
oh
Derek?
My God.
I made the comment that the custodial staff is going to steal your phone from your office now. But you know what? They will do you a service by forcing you to go get a new phone.
No, I don't want one. But I did get
you can get one for free at this point. That'd be like a massive upgrade.
Oh yeah. I know. I got the 8. It's old.
You could get a 16 for free if you wanted.
Probably. I got that chill. Like, oh my God, like I was missing a limb almost.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like my dick had been chopped off. It was weird. And it went through my whole body like, oh, panic.
Like, how am I going to do research tonight? How am I going to do research?
Oh, I got a fucking laptop.
No,
so as I got home, I realized, okay, well, I'll send Brett a tweet, a PM. That worked. You got it. I don't have a phone. Sent my dad an email. I don't have a phone. If you're trying to get hold of me, it's not because
How often does your dad check his emails?
Once a day. So that might already have passed. But yeah, it was just a weird feeling. And then, I said, okay, Derek, settle back to like it's 1993. Okay.
Party like it's 1993.
And you didn't have a phone. But then I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, you always had a phone when you got home. Even in 1993, it was on the wall and it was plugged into the fucking wall. But
everything, yeah.
It was a phone. So now it's like I'm home and I got my Bell phone was discontinued because I didn't pay my bill. Like I literally have, if I have an emergency here or I wreck on the way to work tomorrow, I got no way to let anybody know that I'm not coming to work. I mean, I am really fucked. So anyhow.
1993 was before cars, right?
Yeah, horse and buggy, baby.
Back in the day, yep. Back in the good old days.
So I do understand that Pete's doing a live show right now, which isn't the best thing in the world for us. And that's not something that usually happens, but I know Pete's got a schedule right now and he's got work. He's got to squeeze this in. And I get it. And I did try to alert him and I invited him to the show.
He's from Hollywood. He's used to squeezing it in, right? Getting it squeezed in.
I don't know. Maybe he lubes up real well.
We
don't know. By the way, also as well, that We Are the Dreamers song by Young Kook is now on a commercial. That was the 2022 World Cup song. It's just despicable. We are the dreamers. Blah. What horrible.
I don't know any of the World Cup songs. I remember getting blasted because that's when that World Cup I was introduced to I Am Speed. I'm Speed. I show Speed. Whatever it is. Speed. Whatever the fuck name is.
This guy's named Young Cook, and his songs are "We Are the Dreamers." It sounds like all that generic bullshit that came out around that time, including what's the other one that annoys me? Capital Cities, that fucking Safe and Sound song. I fucking hate that song. I fucking hate it with a passion. Safe and sound, boo, 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 safe and sound. Man, screw you and your Safe and Sound and all your yeah, all your obvious lyrics that perfectly rhyme because they are written by a third grader.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
And those two guys look like the biggest. I'm sure they're really nice guys, but in the video, they look like total douches.
I hate having to preface that when talking about people. Like, and I'm assuming in the rant that Pete was having, I have to preface every single time. I'm not trying to bash Roldan, but
yeah, I know you got to do that. Hey, Pete, how are you? We heard you were just on a massive rant. We heard you were on a massive rant.
Oh, I've been going off. I've been feeling it today.
I bet. No, I saw you defending Brett's post and reply to Lawless today. So it's like, hey, Brett, guess what? Pete's live right now, defending you on air.
Yeah, it was fun. I don't even know why I'm that worked up because I don't even hate this roster that much.
Right.
But when people start taking things from this roster that are actually reasonable takes and going nonsense things like Roldan has been better for the national team than Reyna, that's where the hypocrisy just gets me, right?
It's just wrong in so many ways. It denies all, apparent truths that have happened before us in the last, 4 or 5 years or whatever it's been. It's been too long. But thanks for coming on short notice. I don't have a phone, Pete. I would have texted you. I left my phone at work.
Oh, no, you're good. Everyone was telling me in the chat that you guys were inviting me, and I was like, you know what? I haven't been to Straight Red in a while, so yeah, let's do it. I can't stay for the whole stream. I can't stay too long, but I'll stay for a bit.
All right, well, then we should probably get to the meat of it then.
Well, right. I mean, with you being here, Peter, might as well just pull up the tweets since we've been talking about it. I know you just got done talking about it and all, but this is the gist of what I imagine your entire live stream is about, right? So
yes, I even brought up the tweets.
Gio Reyna, I'll read Alexi. Gio Reyna, what U.S. men's national team in history has been given more chances, opportunity, and grace? That's the special privilege and faith often afforded to undeniable but unrealized young talent. Hope he takes full advantage of it, but Matt Turner must be shaking his head. I could care about Matt Turner. None, mostly.
Hey, he's currently training with Crystal Palace. He's on up and up, right?
Right. Well, him and I mean, we can't take him away from Crystal Palace as well as Chris Richards. Yeah. No, that's not the problem. It's not the problem because we didn't take either. But yeah, I mean, that's a pretty not. I just don't agree with you, Lexi. If you're watching, sorry, I just don't.
I get the ultimate overtake of this entire post really is that he's basically saying what other player out there has been given all these opportunities that would normally, if they don't perform, they would just get casted out as a leper. Whereas Gio gets chance after chance after chance, it seems like. Now, mind you, I always say that he does make the most of his chances, quite frankly, more often than not.
Yes.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
So I said I don't want to bash anyone, but Christian Roldan has more caps and ultimately has done far less than Gio Reyna. I would argue that Gio has taken advantage of most of his chances with the U.S. men's national team, which is why he's given chances, opportunities, and grace. You asked for one, here's one.
So 17K and his is at what?
His bounced up, yeah.
Okay.
At one point, Pete, I don't know if you noticed, but at one point I had something like 11,000 views on this post, and he only had like 7,000. Yeah. I don't know how my response got that much more than his original post, but I'll take it.
And you're so nice too, Brett.
No, that was very, very it was very polite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like no one could bash you for it. But then there you go. Because the
Keep going,
response for me, this quote tweet was worse than his original tweet. Because this is pure lies. This is just like the other one you could kind of as a subjective opinion. This is straight lies. Like there's facts to argue against this.
No, I'd argue Roldan has done more with less and maintained a consistent high level for club and country. I think you pointed out he doesn't play for a club. He plays for a franchise like McDonald's, all without any hint of problems off the field. The only glowing reports of his positive impact with the group. If at any point he faltered, he would have been gone forever. I think he did falter. I think he faltered. There was some faltering.
Over and over again. Yeah. Endlessly.
Well, and he disappeared from 2022 until now. So
he was there in the 2023 Gold Cup to miss a penalty against Panama when it mattered.
There you go.
Don't forget that.
Oh, yeah.
I did forget that. Thanks, Pete.
But yeah, since that Gold Cup, we thought we were finally rid of him, and now he's back.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, he did just have a good game. Good game. We went to the Japan game. He wasn't horrific. He wasn't bad. He was up and down, good, bad, was all there.
Solid performance in Australia against Australia.
But can we keep in perspective here that, first of all, Reyna is not competing with Roldan for the same position, right?
Sure.
Well, I think I say that, I suppose.
And two, really the only reason Roldan is here is that we're having a lot of, we got a bunch of issues going on. McKennie has to impress a new manager, so he's staying. I don't know how you feel about that, Pete. I'll just let you talk about it,
but I'll let you finish.
Well, I mean, I kind of understand it, and Poch in the interview today said exactly why I left him there. Okay, so I guess he's really comfortable with who McKennie is, but then there's this whole matter of building some chemistry too, right? So that's what the problem is. I'll let you take it from there.
Well, that's my issue, is this is our second to last camp before the World Cup. One of the hallmarks of Pochettino's teams have been a lack of cohesion and chemistry. You have an opportunity now to have Weston, a fit Weston McKennie. He's slimmed down. He looks trim in camp and playing. It's when you're missing players like Tillman and Pulisic and Weah and Zendejas and Arop, you have the chance to at least have McKennie in there building chemistry with guys like Balogun or Pepe or Tyler Adams or Serginho Dest, etc. To me, that trumps the need to bond with Spalletti. And here's my argument. Number one, Spalletti already started him in his first game. Number two, Spalletti has reportedly gone to Juve and said, I want this guy's contract renewed. Mm-hmm. And three, all of their first team is going to be on international duty anyways. So he's going to be training with the B team. Is he really impressing Spalletti by training with the B team? I don't really get this one.
That's why. No, he also came out and stated in a quote that he was impressed with his versatility and his approach on pitch. So I mean, he's already impressed the coach.
Yeah, so why does he have to stay there when you counter that with the need for us to build as much chemistry and cohesion before the World Cup? I just don't think there's a good argument for it.
I got one answer for you. It's going to shut all you up. Zawadsky, baby. Zawadsky.
Woo!
Now, okay.
There certainly are other MLSers that I'd prefer to see at this point, but.
Well, I will say this. Now that I've watched him play 4 or 5 times this season, back from injury or before the injury, I think he's a pretty good player for MLS. He looks like maybe something more could be there down the line. But that's the problem here. Down the line. Not now. Not yet. And, he hasn't had to face the same sort of...
Not a young player. Like, this is not a guy with potential. He's 25.
It's true.
Like, it's not like this is a Gucci or an Owen Wolf where you're like, there's potential in the future. Or Diego Luna.
Thank you. He will not technically get any better than he is now. He might get smarter, brighter, higher soccer IQ, learn a few more things, tricks on the field. But as far as a technical player, he is what he is, which isn't that bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. But I'd say he's pretty much no more than a championship level player, which is fine. We have championship players, English championship players on the team. But this is a late date to still be effing around with this stuff.
Derek, I mean, he's over 22. That means he's washed out, right?
No, it doesn't mean you're washed out. We have this debate all the time here. But if you're 20 years old and you're still playing, or you're 19 years old and you're still playing for a U19 team, okay, you're not that great of a player. You're not a phenom. You're not going to be a phenom. You might be a late bloomer, but those are extremely rare. And so, yes, again, I hate doing this because people hang on to some of these players for so long. They've got hair on their nuts. They're grown men, and people are still saying, oh, he's going to turn out to be what? So 25-year-old Zawadsky is pretty much who he's going to be. And I haven't seen anybody like coming after him over in Europe yet. So, okay, maybe that makes me a Euro snob. But at the same time, it means he hasn't impressed that much. Or else people be flipping out the bills. 12 million.
Also, like, playing reasonably well in MLS should not be the metric to get you onto the national team. Otherwise, by that metric, Jordan Morris had a reasonably decent season. Christian Roldan, Sebastian Berhalter, Max Arfson, Patrick Aguimang, all these guys that we don't really necessarily want on the national team all play reasonably well in MLS, right? And so it's not even that, like, playing well in MLS shouldn't be the metric, in my opinion, right? I think it's more about the kind of player, that profile that you are. Is there a high enough level there with a high enough runway that you could get better, the way we think about an Owen Wolf or even a Brooklyn Reigns or a Brian Gutierrez or a Chris Brady? These are guys that you go, they're playing well enough now, and they're still young enough now that there's significant room for improvement, whereas Zawadsky and Aguimang ain't going to improve.
Right. And this is the argument I had with Jimmy Conrad, which got a little ugly live, but where I said
Jimmy's ugly.
This is long back. We've made up. We're all right again.
They kissed. That's good.
Yeah, we kissed. We made up. But I was like, why don't we make the Gold Cup a camp for some of these younger guys coming up, so we can figure out what they've got and not waste it on 25, 26, 28 year olds.
Gold Cup, Camp Cupcake.
Clearly, Camp Cupcake are not going to really give you anything you haven't already seen. So anyhow, that's where we are. Yep. And then we got...
You guys keep bringing up Brian Gutierrez, and he made the news recently because he was filing for his Mexican passport. Of course, this article came out, and it specified that he wants to play for El Tri.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if he does or he doesn't. Yeah. But honestly, if we keep ignoring him, at some point he's going to go, I wasn't excited about El Tri.
Yeah, if Mexico comes calling and we ignore him, of course, at that point you take what you can get. I'll say back at the Nations League, March, whenever he was last time he was brought in, he did claim that he basically has decided at this point, and it was to rep the United States.
Change, and until he's locked in, things change, right? You're decided on a woman. If she treats you badly for a year or two, you might change your mind. Like, sure, I said I love you 2 years ago, but you've been bitching at me for 2 years. So, things change,
Absolutely, Pete. Don't even get me going on that metaphor.
So, I mean, ultimately, I think he's doing this obviously to keep his options open. He's possibly doing it to put leverage down and push on the U.S. to make a decision to call him up or not call him up. But ultimately, I think it's also just so he has easier access into Liga MX, which I think has basically been reaching out to him and saying, "Hey, we like what you have to offer. We'd like to bring you in."
Honestly, as Chicago Fire fans here, can we just say, if he's going to leave the Fire, he should be going to Europe. Liga MX is not a big enough step up to justify him leaving the Fire, right? Are you guys with me on that or no?
No, I think you're right. Yeah, I just think the leagues are, the parity there is becoming closer and closer, and to the point where a guy stinks at San Jose, he also stinks at Chivas. He doesn't play, so it's the same thing, right? And
what you're saying is Brian would do well in Liga MX then.
It's a one-trick pony thing that particular player has. I'm not going to mention his name. Anyhow, but it's not really a high enough jump in the right direction. Although if you're playing with the best Mexican team. Maybe I'll give you a little more credit like Zendejas has been doing. But for the most part, it's not huge enough of a jump for me to make. And the same thing goes with Belgium, and the same thing goes with some other leagues too. It's not
We
just
give
Mexico.
CCV and Trusty the same shit for not leaving Scotland, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's not just MLS and Liga MX. And
Right.
so, you know,
Oh,
and look at Brandon
what-
Vasquez, by the way, went to Monterrey and kind of flopped there too.
Yes, started off hot and then flopped. And by the
Yeah.
way, just on the Scottish thing, not to rub it in to any Scottish people watching, but you guys are being horrible. You guys were horrible today. You've been horrible in Europe the whole time. You got beat by Michelin today. You didn't get just beat.
The
You got
tire company?
embarrassed, Celtic.
The only reason you were playing Michelin is because you didn't qualify for the Champions League against some tiny little team from Azerbaijan. Was it Karabakh that beat them?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. So don't tell me about the Scottish League anymore. I
Nope.
mean, Hearts is Hearts, and they pop up on occasion and challenge the big two. But this
fuck
year,
that.
Rangers, Celtic, horrible teams. They're horrible teams.
It's been in decline for the last handful of years, quite frankly. And we even said whenever we said when CCV went over, but we said it when Trusty went over. I'm like, why the fuck is he leaving the championship for the SPL? Doesn't make any sense.
Went backwards. Yep.
100%. Yes.
So yeah, that's Gutierrez. We should probably take up the Reyna thing because that's been all over today, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me find that tab real quick.
And even had one guy that you were having an argument with, Brett, who's like, actually, Reyna's
I gave up on it. I gave up on that argument, quite frankly, because he was clearly. I can't make an argument when it's just personal stories. This is what I heard, and you know what? And I'll give him this much: we do the same thing too. We have contacts, we have sources, and we're like, we can't release who we're talking to, but this is what we hear. So I mean, I can't sit there and argue his personal stories. I'm just like, dude, I can't argue with you. Those are your stories. You believe him. I'm going to put Gio, put him in my 26. You don't have to put him in your 26. That's fine. Go ahead.
Question, though. Don't you think there's a little bit of a difference of guys with a platform who've been on YouTube for 5 years and clearly have connects and have broken news before, despite being bottom of the basement journalists, according to, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
horrible people.
I think it's a little bit different you saying my source has said than some random on Twitter whose face is not out there, whose name is not out there, who has 18 followers saying, oh, my source is said. He may have sources. Like, we don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
But I think
But
there
I
is
can't
a
argue
difference.
with my point. Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Well, he cited in particular a trainer who provided the wrong tape to Gio, and he flew off the handle. And then Gio's apparently treated everyone horribly, including homeless people. That was literally it. Here it is: servers, homeless people, fans.
Well,
what other types of human beings are there? There's only servers, homeless people, and fans. Wow.
Yeah.
I guess
that's all.
That excludes all of. I mean, I guess we're fans, but wow.
Yeah.
Did Gio Reyna also kick his wife? Because I heard that from another source about a different.
I was going to make the comment that Gio dated his girlfriend or whatever, stole his girlfriend or something like that. But I didn't, because I backed away from this because it wasn't going to go anywhere.
I looked him up. I ran a search on Tom Byrnes. I couldn't find anything, so I tried.
What was his handle? He says he's Jesus Christ. Hold on one second.
It's a joke.
Calm down,
dummy.
Okay.
But he also talks about being in the. I'm going to zoom out real quick. Hold on.
Decadence and debauchery. Okay, calm down, dummy. I won't take you seriously then. If it's a joke, I'm not going to take you seriously. But quit constantly going on Twitter and bashing Reyna about being a douche.
Well, then we should just laugh at him if he's a joke.
Fitness and recreation. I'm going to put it this way. With most stories and everything like that out there, I'm going to say that there's probably some small kernel of truth. And I'm going to bring up a story he brings up because he talks about how he left the team dinner because they didn't have the food that he wanted.
Okay.
And he stormed off, apparently upset, irate. all I'm going to say is that maybe there's a kernel of truth there. Maybe he doesn't like seafood, like some people here. Okay, maybe he doesn't like seafood, and they go to a seafood restaurant. He goes like, guys, I don't want to eat the fucking fried chicken here. It tastes like fish. I'm out of here. Fuck off. You know, I do that with my friends too. I'll go and find something else to eat, of course, when I'm there.
Brett is a douche.
I'll say shit like that. I'll be a douche to my friends. Fuck it. But I'm just saying, there might be a kernel of truth, but then you have somebody. We talked about like the Gio Gate and how like it was like the couple of MLS players plus one non-MLS player that really took offense by Gio Gate. Remember this?
Yes, he stayed based on one vote.
All it takes is a story from somebody who just doesn't like Gio to embellish upon it. Like, oh, he stormed out of the restaurant like a little bitch, and he was cursing up a storm, punching the waitresses. You know, it's just like, I mean, I can't take your personal stories to heart. I mean, I can't argue this. How can I argue
that's
this?
not completely false also, because you have no record of breaking news or breaking, sources that have been correct. You literally call yourself decadence and debauchery inventor and pediatrician, right? And it's a joke, calm down, dummy. So I don't know if we should even ascribe a kernel of truth to anything he says.
Yeah, but he won't give up.
I can't argue it. I can't argue. You know, I mean, there have been stories as far as his time with U17s, but that was predominantly more his helicopter parents intervening more so than him per se. I mean, he's had how many coaches over the last 5 years? How many players did he play with? The German media would love to have a breaking story about how much of a D-bag Gio is.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. An American, for sure. They would love that if he was. It would come out.
Something would come out. So I asked him, I go, hey, can you provide me any links? And he's like, links for what? I go, well, I just realized that you're putting out personal stories there so I can argue with you. I'm done. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I took it even further after that, Brett. I followed up with you and I said, listen, I'm willing to talk to you privately about this. If you have some good stories and some believable stuff, I'm willing to sit down. Nope, that's it. That's all I got. That's all you got. He was pissed off about tape and he treats homeless and server people bad. Okay. I don't know. That's not a whole lot to go on. And I wish I could.
Maybe one of us should dress up as a homeless person and wait outside the team hotel and stick our cup in Gio's face and ask for some money and just see what happens, And if he kicks us, we can be like, yeah,
Gio, fuck.
What I have heard personally is that Reyna is a different person now than he was back in the World Cup.
Oh, God. I mean, an 18-year-old versus 22. I mean, yes, times change as you grow older.
But he said the 2023 story of him bitching out a trainer about the tape was real. So that's after the World Cup. So maybe he just had a bad day.
I didn't know he had a year to that.
We got nothing to go on here. We got nothing. Absolutely nothing. I have no idea who you've talked to. And how he's been mean to homeless people. You follow this guy around with a camera? The fucking kind of weirdo does that shit. So anyhow.
He works for TMZ. You don't know anything.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he's friends with his wife and secretly his wife hates him. I don't know. It's really weird to know that he's mean to homeless people. That's a weird thing to know. All right. What else we got, Brett?
I want to let you know, guys, we talked about the lack of team chemistry within Poch's team and stuff like that. But good news is Poch has come out and stated that if we win the 2026 World Cup, Trump can lift the trophy.
Wow.
Okay. Whatever.
So he still has confidence, or maybe he doesn't have confidence. I don't know. I can't tell.
I mean, that's a weird thing to say, but I don't.
Well, I mean, Trump obviously came out.
Context, right? Because that's just a picture. Did somebody say, if you win the World Cup, can Trump win the trophy? And Poch, knowing that we're not going to win a World Cup, because goes, sure. The same way that somebody goes, like, if I can, ask your wife out, will you let me go out with her? And in a million years, your wife's never going to go out with them. And you go, sure, do that. Yeah, ask her out. Let's see what happens. Right? Or was it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised at the context behind.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the context was the interviewee was making a comment about how Trump was holding the medals or trophy or whatever it was for the Club World Cup, and how ridiculous that was, or something like that, or maybe that's great or whatever. And Poch came out and like, well, shit, if we fucking win, I'll let him carry the trophy. Fuck it.
Yep.
Will any of us care if the U.S. wins the World Cup? Will we care?
I
At
won't
least my
care.
concern, yeah.
That's the least of my problems.
I won't even be watching the TV. I'll be like screaming and jumping up and down on YouTube.
Chugging beers.
You know? I won't care who holds the trophy. You know,
Lighting fire to the car next door, whatever it takes, you know.
Hey, we're not in Philly.
We got to make everything political, though. You know how that goes.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right. There was a super chat there.
We got a couple here, yeah, real quick. Angry American says for $2. Hey, so we're really losing Brian Gutierrez?
Probably.
It's up in the air. I mean, I would say 40-60. 40 yes, 60 no.
How much sleep am I going to lose over it? Pete?
I like Brian, personally.
Not a ton. I mean, I like Guti, and I think he should be given a chance. And if we had like a Camp Cup, I mean, to be honest, you could argue this would be a great time to call up Guti with Zendejas, Pulisic, and Tillman all.
Yes, I know. That's what I was saying too.
I think this would have
Chicago's
been
out of the playoffs. Why wouldn't you give him a call?
By the way, he also had a better season. Both him and Owen Wolff had better seasons than Diego Luna did.
Yep.
And
Brian did that with less playing time too.
It is not a mistake, by the way, that 2 to 3 days ago, most of these players found out whether or not they were going to be called up or not. And 2 to 3 days ago, Brian Gutierrez made this proclaim.
Hey, look, I'm getting my passport. Yep, yeah, exactly.
Derek is an obese, talentless Rod Stewart. Well, I think I'm probably was at one point better looking than Rod Stewart. But hey, Larry, if you think I'm sexy, come on, baby, let me know. All right? That is a Rod Stewart song.
Come on, baby.
If you think I'm sexy and you want my body, come, baby, let me know. Oh, voice
You
is
should
not
sing
good
that
tonight.
live on YouTube with an electric guitar. If we win the World Cup, that should be your thing. You know, like that guy in Love Actually that promises that if his album sells more than the boy band, you know, he's gonna like
feel it in
it
my
on TV.
fingers.
We just get Derek in his underwear and an electric guitar doing his best Rod Stewart impression.
Nobody wants to see that, Pete. Trust me. Not even me. And I'm used to me. All right.
Real quickly, look at this. I didn't even notice this. U.S. Soccer. Gio Reyna. Oh, hold on. You should be listening to this for. Never mind. Hold on. I misread that. Never mind. My bad.
All right. He's good. Julian Vivas for 199. What's up with Antonee Robinson? Well, we reported on the last show that I had somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody. So take that for whatever grain of salt you want, who told me the surgery was a failure. And in the sense that it didn't take, hasn't been good. So he hasn't been able to get back. He tried, wasn't great. So now he's back into they're looking at it again to decide what they're going to do next. And it might take another surgery to correct whatever they failed to fix the first time. So I don't know how bad that is. And when Poch was asked if he was that concerned, his answer was kind of like, I don't know, because he doesn't know. I don't think anybody knows exactly what his situation is with his knee quite yet.
Whatever
but it is
if
concerning.
we need another surgery. Can we do it now? So at least he has a chance to make the World Cup, as opposed to like him sort of being in this weird in-between space for 2 more months, and then he gets it in January and he's out for 6. You know what I mean? Like, can we do it now? So maybe there's a chance he can still be in the World Cup, because I don't feel comfortable with anyone else at left back or at left wing back. I mean, way up, right? Way up could play there.
Yeah.
Right. But other than that, it's Weah, Dest, or maybe Scally. But that's it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I mean, it depends. It depends on the formation. If you're playing a wing back, and it's true, since Arsen's fine in the sense that he's not having defensive responsibilities with the 3 back.
I mean, fine in the sense that that's still not the best player we could put on there. I'd rather have Weah out there and have Dest on the right than I'd have Arsen. You know, so
you got to do what you got to do to get your best players on the pitch. Quite frankly, and frankly, would you play Dest at left? You'd play Dest at left wing back, correct?
Yeah, you could do.
At least he's played that position.
Left wing back, Weah right wing back. You could swap him. You could put Scally can play both sides.
100%.
You know, that's
we've just noticed that. Yeah.
Honestly, McKennie could play wing back, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You know, Musa can play wing back. I'd almost rather have Musa as wing back than Arsen, to be honest.
Yeah. What did you think about this McKinney thing? Him not being
So-
there.
I disagree. I don't think spaghetti with Spalletti is the way to go when there's a national team game happening, especially this close to a World Cup. It's
Yep.
like have espresso on your own. He's got plenty of time to impress Spalletti, and he already has. I just don't
Already is, yeah.
understand
Talk
this.
about that, yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
It's like, I'll say one thing: if Poch is anywhere he's consistent, it's this right here. You get a new coach, you get the window off. That's pretty consistent under Poch, quite frankly.
What
Happened
about
during the summer? Everybody who got a new coach.
Milan fires what's his name before the World Cup? Do we leave Pulisic?
Well, I actually have a tweet for this real quick. Here we go.
By the way, real quick, Lund
Oh, no.
seemed to get totally dissed in this, but I don't think it's surprising. He's been out of the picture for so long, but somebody brought him up in the chat.
Well, I mean, who's going to get replaced? I guess at this point it'd be Tolkien, correct? Tolkien's in the lineup, so if you're going to bring in Tolkien, when you already have 3 other wingbacks plus Scally, why bring in
So
Tolkien?
here's
If
my
you're going to give
question.
somebody, might as well give somebody else a look. I don't mind Tolkien per se, but I mean, you might as well give Lund an opportunity since he's actually playing in the Bundesliga.
Have you guys seen him play in the Bundesliga? I haven't.
Who, Lund or Lund?
Lund,
Yes,
Lund.
I have.
Yeah.
I
How's
watched
he
him.
been?
He's been fine, actually.
Fine. I mean, I haven't watched him play, but I've heard he's been fine.
He's not dangerous, but he's been competent. While Tolkien, while he was playing in the Bundesliga last season, was probably one of the best players on his team. Certainly been one of the best players when healthy on his team this season. So maybe this is the right choice. I'm not going to split hairs here. Happy to see Tolkien get another shot, frankly.
That's the thing. I don't mind Tolkien being there, quite frankly. I haven't had problems with him with the national team. I know he kind of got bashed a couple times he played. I don't think it wasn't that bad. But I mean, I guess if you're going to bring in somebody as a 4th or 5th option at wingback at this point for a 2-game window, you might as well give it to the guy that's playing at a higher level.
Well, I think
Especially
we
if
should
you're
all
going to give Arfson endless chances, right? See, I think that's the hypocrisy that bothers me, right?
Mm-hmm.
He says, I want to experiment and bring in new guys and give different people opportunities, but then it feels like some guys, no matter how they play, they're just locks, like Luna and Arfson. And then there are other guys that just don't get opportunities at all, right?
Yeah.
That's why I think it bothers me. Like, be consistent.
Yeah, I think even today, which I have to say this, kind of crazy in the Poch presser. I have never really seen the press. I mean, we're talking about Doug and we're talking about Jeff Carr be this snarky. I mean, it's pretty snarky today. Pretty snarky. I'm not saying I'm endorsing these guys, but I do have questions about these guys. That's great from Doug. I'm sorry.
I like that.
That is snarky as shit, and I love it. It's basically coming to the defense of Jeff for last time and making sure it was really clear that's what he was doing. So good for Doug on that one. I know everybody's saying Derek and Doug holding hands. Derek and Doug, they're boyfriends. No, we're not. But I do like Doug's sort of change. I like his evolution right now.
Could it be simply that Poch isn't an inside U.S. soccer person at this point, and they can sit there and be a little more snarky, whereas somebody who's sort of like within the fold of U.S. soccer,
Greg?
We saw with like the Berhalter, we saw even I wouldn't say
they were snarky with Klinsmann.
They were snarky with Klinsmann. That's what I'm saying. If you're outside of the fold of U.S. soccer, I mean, even though you're brought in by U.S. soccer, don't get me wrong on that front, but if you're not one of the the good old boys,
Can I ask you guys a question? I got to get going here soon, but I want to ask you guys your thoughts. Pochettino mentioned in the presser that Gio Reyna wasn't really there to play,
right?
But more for them to get to know him. What are your guys' thoughts?
Let's talk about what he says, because here's some of the quotes from it and everything. It says, we already know the potential of Gio and the talent. He has enormous talent. It's true. He is not playing too much, but I think this is a good opportunity in November because until March, we're not going to be together again and not have the possibility to see him again.
I think this is a really good sign that Poch is not as big of a moron as we thought he was. That's my hope. And that he did the same thing with Jedi the window before. And I think we all know that Jedi is also somebody he would call very talented. He did say that Gio was talented about 6 times in this interview. I think that's a good thing. I think all Gio needs to do from here on out is play pretty regularly with Mönchengladbach and play okay or pretty good up as far as his standards go. And I think he's going to make this team. I really do. I think that's what that says.
So you don't think this is last chance saloon for Gio, where
I don't.
If he comes into camp and doesn't look good, he's done for the World Cup?
I don't think they expect him to look good because he's already saying he's not really playing that much, so we don't expect him to be 100% fit. He might get 10 minutes here or there, but we're really just trying to get to know him as a player. So I don't know if this can be last chance saloon. Although I have to say, Pete, I've run out of trying to mind meld with Poch.
It's too hard.
It's too many swerves.
Pete, to go off your point there, as far as his last opportunity, I actually do think this is if Gio comes in and he's a bit lack of energy and he goes on the pitch and he's just so conservative and he doesn't really push.
It's a homeless person,
yeah, he insults a homeless person, drop kicks a waitress, all those things. This could very well be his last opportunity because we were only talking about a March window, which apparently we're playing. What is it? We're playing Portugal and Belgium apparently.
Great.
And then we have
a new coach. Unless someone gets a new coach, and they're not playing Portugal.
They're not playing exactly. Yeah. So could this be the last opportunity for Gio? Absolutely. I think it could be. Depends on how he comes into plays, but I think you saw at least in the last match for Gladbach, he came in, he was energetic, he was moving a lot more than I've seen him in the last 2 years for club ball, at least. National team, I think he's been that energetic, and that's why he's continually getting those opportunities. But if he doesn't come out and he doesn't perform, then once everybody gets healthy, then it's really going to be up for debate whether or not, does he pick Gio over Luna? Luna's balls to the walls, crazy for him all the time. And that's what Poch likes to see. So unless Gio stands out, does he pick Luna over Gio or vice versa?
Well, is it Gio, Zendejas, and Luna fighting for those last 2 spots in the attacking midfield group?
So your 2 starters are Tillman
Pulisic.
And Pulisic. So that does really only leave 2 more spots.
Right. So is it those 3 fighting for those last 2 spots?
Assuming depending on how you play right and whether or not Weah is considered a wing back or up top, because Poch is playing up top.
He can't be
hasn't played him in the 3-4-2-1 up top. He's played him as a wing back only in the 3-4-2-1.
Yep.
I think there's only been 1 window he's played under the 3-4-2-1 now.
He'll stick to that though, Brett.
That's fair. I'm not disagreeing with that.
There's also Brendan Aronson too in that role.
Come on.
No, I'm just saying Poch.
No, you're right.
For that role.
We have to think like Poch, right?
If you want a 10 that never really scores or provides assists, Aronson's your man. He's your man.
You want to work.
I don't mind Aronson on the roster as a defensive substitute. If you're winning 1-0 and you take off Pulisic and you put, Aronson on for the last 10 minutes with instructions to harry and harass and press, I'm okay with that. But that's the only role he should be on a World Cup roster for.
I'd agree. And so, he could still make it, but then he could make it as part of a midfield. You know how Poch is always mixing people up. Like Luna's an attacker now, but he's been listed as a midfielder constantly.
The previous
for all the other previous rosters. So it'll just depend on, kind of where he thinks, because we saw Aronson play as a left wing back, briefly too under Poch. So
I think that's just sort of getting him on the pitch, quite frankly.
Yeah, I think so.
And as far as the listing of where players are on the roster, when you see the U.S. breakdown, in midfielders, forwards, it really depends on how you're considering Poch is going to play.
So for you, Pete, is this last chance saloon for Reyna?
For Gio?
I thought so, but I totally get what you're saying that it's so hard to predict Poch, it's so hard to know what Poch is thinking. To be honest, these specific comments, the way he said it, he almost talked about Gio as if we're talking about Weston, where he's we kind of know what he is. He's a very talented player, You know, it's almost like saying he'll probably be in that World Cup roster. It just sucks that he's not playing so much. That's almost what that quote sounds like to me.
Well, and here's the other quote too. Whenever they're talking about the hypocrisy as far as bringing in Reyna due to his lack of playing time, he says, no. The most important thing is playing time every single game. It should be amazing for us. I'm not sure. That's just broken translation there. But we need to understand that sometimes players struggle to play for their club, but can be important for us.
Sounds like he's not as consistent as, and that's again what we said earlier.
Right?
How do you mind meld with this guy? If we knew Berhalter down pat, we could get 22 of his 23 of his picks before they came in. We knew who they were going to be. We don't know this guy.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I got to get going, guys, but it was fun hanging with you.
Absolutely, Pete.
Let's do something after this camp, maybe, because we did a post-camp wrap-up last time. That was really fun. If you guys want to do something like that over on my channel, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, we were going to do something, and then I can't remember what national tragedy.
Kirk got assassinated that day.
Oh, yeah, that was horrible. Okay.
The internet was not in a good place to talk about soccer.
Yeah, soccer last thing on people's minds that day.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right, well, let's do that, Pete, for sure.
All right, see you guys.
All right, cheers, man.
Have a great night.
You too.
All right. So King Kello says Reyna, fuck my life, had a meeting with Miles' mafia family. I don't know if the FML is fuck my life, but it seems like it works, right?
With Miles' mafia family. Okay. Not exactly sure what that means, but
yeah, King, you kind of lost me on that one too.
But we posted it, so hopefully it's not some code.
Yes,
we don't know about.
We're now on a list.
Yep.
You're on a list. All right. Well, since we kind of skipped a bit of fluff, I want to bring a couple pieces of fluff up.
Okay.
So I got a couple pieces of fluff where this one's art, and then we got a language one, which I think is going to suit you better. But
okay.
This is some nice art going on here, and I want you to tell me what you think it is. What do you think it's going to be, Derek?
Right now, it looks like a woman.
Does kind of look like woman, right?
Bending over, yeah.
A little bit.
Getting ready for some action.
You dirty-minded fucker.
Well, you can do that with anything. Come on.
Oh, dang it. Yep. I didn't get it to in time.
You can do that with anything. You just start off with a penis and then draw something else around it.
Oh, man. What is that going to be? That's pretty fucking obvious, don't you think?
These are really not that good.
What could it be?
I got to be honest with you. And I could do this right now.
Wait. You're telling me you could draw a flaccid cock like that?
Absolutely could. Yep.
And then turn it into Mario?
Absolutely. Or a character of some sort. Yep.
Oh, fair enough.
All right.
You're telling me that you could have drawn a girl and a pig? Look at that. That's crazy talk.
I couldn't have done that specifically, but I could have done pretty much anything else. Right. Yep.
Okay. This looks like it's going good places, right? What's going to happen here?
We know what's going to happen here.
I don't know. This could be a naked chick. You never know that, Derek.
No, it won't be.
See, look at that. Naked chick. Psych, you silly fucker. It's Freud. Sigmund Freud, right?
All right. Fair enough. All right.
You can still see the chick's face, though. There's Woody Woodpecker type of bird going on. Ooh, that's clearly a gat. That's a butt farting, right?
No,
never mind. It's a rabbit.
It's a rabbit.
A very pudgy rabbit. Yeah. Another butt. Good Lord. Oh, never mind. It's a walrus.
It's a walrus. Yep.
All right.
Okay.
I was impressed.
All right.
I was thoroughly impressed.
That was nice.
All right. So this one's going to be more of your alley. Okay. These are German is the most difficult language in the world. Do you agree, Derek?
No.
Okay, well, let's see. We're breaking down some words. English, shop. What's shop in German, Derek?
I don't know. Shop? I have no idea.
All right, well, in Italian, let's see, it's Negocio. Okay.
What would we
Spanish?
call downstairs shop?
It's tienda.
Shop.
French? Boutique?
Shop.
Boutique, right? Yeah, it's boutique.
Mm-hmm.
All right, last chance.
Nope. Give
No
it to
idea?
me.
No idea?
Nope.
Okay.
Give it to me.
It's all in caps first off. All in caps.
Jesus.
Nope, not done yet.
Are we still going?
Yep.
I don't remember anybody using this word. I don't remember anybody using this word. Einzelhandgeschäft.
Yeah. All right, there you go. That's the breakdown of all the languages, Derek. Shop. Bam, bam, all the way down.
I don't remember anybody using that long ass word.
I love how they did all the languages, and they got the German. They put it all in caps lock.
Einzelhandgeschäft. I don't know.
Like, you have to yell it out, Derek. Yell it out. Say shop
Well,
in German. Yell it.
It's a bunch of single words put together, which the Germans do, right?
Yeah.
With Farfenugen, and this is eins, one, Handel, and Geschäft, like a single workplace.
Eins handle my shaft.
It just means like a single place, a single workplace.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember anybody saying that, but it's just a bunch of individual words crammed together.
All right. So now that we know the word, Derek, I want you to say it in your German, and it's all in caps to go.
I've already said it several times.
In all caps. Gotta yell it.
Eins Handelsgeschäft.
That's not yelling. I don't know if you know what yelling is, Derek.
Eins Handelsgeschäft. How's
Yeah,
that?
It's better. That's better, I guess.
All right. Jesus Christ. I don't want to bust the fucking microphones.
Burst it. Break it. Do it all. Okay.
Yeah.
So we kind of were all over the place when Pete was here. So I'm going to have to.
Eins means one. Eins means one. Anyhow.
Yeah. I watched what the fuck is the bobsled movie now? Fuck, I can't think of it. Cool Runnings. I've seen Cool Runnings. Mind you, it's a Swiss. It's not German, but I think they still say Eins. So.
Yeah. Eins?
Hey, there.
9.
I'm assuming 9. I'm assuming you watched Cool Runnings when it came out in theater, correct?
I've seen it 3 or 4 times. Yeah.
You know they're coming out with the new Cool Runnings movie, Cool Runnings 2.
It's not necessary.
It's all about the women's bobsled team now.
Is John Candy alive?
No, John Candy's dead, dude.
Then there's no need to make another movie. Cool Runnings.
I wonder if one of the male bobsledders from the first movie are going to be the coach in this one. I wonder if that's the case.
Could be. All right. What else we got?
Moving on up. See here, the youngest U.S. men's national team player to start a World Cup match. That's the Moose.
That's really, really small, by the way.
But he's also he also, as a teenager, has the most appearances for a U.S. men's national team player.
You know that's really, really, really small.
Yeah, no, you can't read it. Yunus Musa has 1,570. I can barely read it first up there.
Yeah, I know.
1,578 minutes. Christian Pulisic had 1,328 minutes. Josie Altidore 1,271, and Landon Donovan at 1,262.
Okay.
And now Musa can't find the pitch.
Well,
man, what that is insane when you really think about it. Go back when Musa made the not a one-time switch, but just the decision to represent the United States national team. He's playing at Venezia as an 18-year-old. Or Valencia, let me rephrase that. I don't know what it said there. But Valencia, as an 18-year-old, and when he played for the U.S. men's national team, he was beaming with confidence.
Yep.
Cutting, dribbling, moving the ball up the pitch, dribbling a couple players, passing the ball, and then up recent performances have just been a shamble. What did he do to him?
I think a lot of the opponents figured out that you can let him carry the ball up the field all the way to the final third, because once he gets there, He has no fucking clue what to do with it. So
That's why I've said that he would be great for the U.S. men's national team in the double, in the sense that he receives the ball from the back, or he breaks it up and gets the ball, whatever, and then he just plays it forward and then fucks off.
I mean, know, dude.
He doesn't need to be in our final third. Just let him progress the ball forward and open up stuff. I don't know.
I think Moose is just sort of not playing himself off of this and then not taking call-ups. Add that to the list. It's not good.
Yeah, that definitely didn't help him. Him skipping out on that definitely did not help. And that's what Edgar says here. Safe to say Musa is done with the national team under Poch, at least. Rejecting the Gold Cup was enough.
I don't think it was just that. I think it's the fact that he doesn't play for Atalanta.
Dude, I mean, Larry's going to get all over your balls on this one, man. And when you go back and you say, hey, under Poch, Musa was called in a handful of windows, but he never really stood out in most of those matches. Mind you, yes, and Larry will bring up like a Panama match or some match, a random match. Say, hey, look, he was great in this match. You know, going back and looking at it, it looked like he was pretty good in that match.
Musa is an enigma,
but
until he's not, then and so is Poch. So we still don't know last second if he goes, I'm bringing Musa. I'm going to bring him in. It could be that
he could get a string of games with Atalanta, and all of a sudden he's back in the fold. Maybe he is literally just using that. Hey, you're not really playing, but then again, he's giving Gio the opportunity.
Yeah.
So who knows? Who knows?
Change the setting on my mic. I don't like
King Kello chimes back in. The whole Miles Mafia thing, I guess, was in reference to blackmailing Poch if Gio's not in the World Cup. Man, that made a resurgence, man. The whole Reyna's blackmailing Berhalter through USSF.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
Okay.
And when going and just Googling blackmail, you start seeing certain various aspects of like threatening to release information. I'm like, well, they're threatening only if Greg stopped talking about Gio.
Mm-hmm.
It was never going to happen. Blackmailing insinuates that there's something that the Reynas are getting in return, in my opinion. So
right. No, that's typically
they're saying, hey, fuck off, don't mention me, and I'm not going to mention you. It's basically what that was.
Yeah, typically that's what it means, is that you've got something on him that either you're going to get something in return for, definitely. Yeah. And that's not the case in this one. So
I guess you make the argument that the return for is just not to talk about my kid, I guess, but
I mean, it's bad parenting.
It's bad parenting, yes. That was, and I think during the whole Gio game and everything, you and I were never pro parent Reynas as far as saying they were doing what's right.
No,
they're saying, guys, fuck off, stop doing this. You don't
they
have
fucked
to.
up,
and we specified when it came out. I'm like, they're like, oh, I didn't know this was going to happen. I'm like, fuck off. You definitely knew that. If you made that report to Ernie that he was going to have to make it public, because the whole transparency thing that U.S. Soccer pushed the last year or two of it. So,
well, I'm still waiting for Jeff Carlisle to comment on his article.
Czar says, I learned today that Reyna hates seafood. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier, right?
Could be. Could be.
Like, fuck you and your fish. It all tastes the same. Peace.
Yep. All right, what else we got today?
Well, North Carolina FC is bowing out of the next 2 seasons of the U.S. Championship just to rejoin when they become a Division I league in 2028.
Okay.
Yeah, I brought this up really just simply because of the comment he makes, which doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense, because I am invested in this team emotionally as I am financially. So the idea of I'm emotionally invested and financially invested, but I'm shutting down for 2 years.
That's really weird because all the evidence would tell you the teams that shut down don't come back.
Not as successful as you might hope. Quite frankly, if you're aiming to join back up in 2028 when they're Division I and they're filed for it, you want to make that over the next 2 years. You want to improve the number of people that are attending your games, because North Carolina FC are only getting an attendance of about 2,000 people. And they have a 10,000 seat stadium, so that looks great first and foremost.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like you don't like the team financially because if you can't get more than 2,000 people in North Carolina, of all places, a place that's a hotbed for soccer, quite frankly, youth soccer. Let me rephrase this:
youth.
Yeah, that you can't get people there. I don't know.
Yeah, and he's basically saying here, what I learned is that from our community, it's proven itself a major league sports market. So not a small market for small teams. I love North Carolina. Proud to see the club succeed on the field. I invest in this team emotionally, financially right now to essentially focus on our immediate resources and energy on strengthening the foundation for professional soccer and rally by continuing to invest in the Courage, the NWSL team, and resetting our men's strategy for the future. I would really be surprised to see them come back from this. Most don't. Not
a Division One. Maybe they bow in Division 2 or Championship or whatever. Because I think when it goes USL Premier and then it's like USL Championship, then Division 1, Division 2, etc. Similar to how England does it. But I mean, I'm just saying, the way I'm taking that, if you're looking at the men's game and you want to jump in at the tippy top level of promotion relegation, you kind of want to make sure that you're going into that season, that first season, with a solid enough fan base, a recurring fan base that's coming to your matches. But if you go 2 years without a team, they're going to forget. They're not going to come back. You're gonna lose a portion of that 2,000 people that are coming.
Absolutely. Good luck to him.
This is dumb. It's dumb, and I think that he's just simply saying, "Hey, I want to save a couple 100,000 a year by not playing this team."
It may not be dumb on his part in the sense that he's just bleeding money.
That's exactly. But I mean, don't come here and sit there and say, like, "Hey, I'm living and dying by this team financially and emotionally." And we'll be back in 2 years when promotion relegation's here, but
I don't know. Exactly. Nope. All right. What else we got?
Shit, what the fuck was this guy's name? This is a dual nap panic. So let me pull this up before I forget.
Dual nap panic. Dual nap panic. Cap them now. Cap them now. We lost O'Toole.
Yep. Was it Kevin O'Toole?
Some kind of tool.
Yeah. It is Kevin O'Toole. New York City FC's Kevin O'Toole. And my first initial thought process was who?
Yep.
Who did Ireland call up again?
Well, listen, you're Ireland. You're desperate. Okay.
Hey, his last name is O'Toole. We better check into this. He probably has Irish heritage.
That I'd like to see some DNA on, but hey, whatever it is, fine with me.
I mean,
you can have
we know he's not Russian, so
right. he does have an Irish last name, and it's possible his great grandfather or his grandfather or I don't know somebody. So I'm not worried about it. It's just one of those odd things that happens. So there you go.
Tyler Reynolds says, I heard Reyna bought a homeless kid a Happy Meal, then stole the toy out in front of him.
And then kicked him in the knee. Yeah.
Did you hear Atlanta rehired Tata Martino?
I heard that was going to happen. We don't really do MLS here, but
yeah. I mean, they just are living it. Oh, God. Remember when Tata was here the first year, how great we were?
He's got a lot less to work with this time. Good luck.
Great. Let's bring him back. I mean, Arthur Blank should have a blank check, and as far as bringing whoever Tata wants to bring in, right?
We'll see.
Should be able to.
Yep.
All right.
Let's
see who else we got going on here. Juventus and City Football Group have contacted Houston Dynamo about Brooklyn Reigns. No offers have been submitted to Dynamo, but the conversations have taken place.
Okay.
I'm assuming City Football Group is Manchester City, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Big question, Derek.
Could also mean NYCFC.
Yeah.
Or Salzburg.
Well, and that's why it also jumps.
No, not Salzburg. Sorry.
Salzburg, yeah, not Salzburg. Yeah.
Not Salzburg. No.
Are you thinking the French team or whatever? That's Chelsea's. I thought.
Oh, Strasbourg.
Strasbourg is Chelsea, I thought.
Could be. Yeah. So it's Citigroup. So it could be Man City. Could be NYCFC.
Well, and it does specify that MLS clubs are interested in Reigns as well. So that could
would be
New York
NYCFC. Yeah. So, all right. I mean, listen.
Reigns is out of contract in 2026. Just did with the U20s, man. How early did he sign? Shit.
I mean, he's promising. Let's see who's willing. I'm a little surprised by the Juventus thing, but okay.
Well, I mean, they were after EPB for a while there. And were they after somebody else as well? Was it Boost?
Sure, they were. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Nope.
Well, there was a lot of rumors with EPB at the day when he was back 18 at Sporting or whatever, you know.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, not gonna.
Not buying it. Sorry, not buying this one yet. So, per this interview, Man City, West Brom were also among the clubs that Figueroa have concrete opportunities with. In addition to Burnley, yeah, I don't think Man City. No. With a big fat N.
Well,
no.
One would imagine that if Man City's interested, that Liverpool would be like, no, fuck off. We're going to keep him, I guess.
Yeah, what a joke that is.
I mean,
no offense to you, USA ballers around, but.
Well, he says per the interview, so he's just reporting.
Yes, per the interview. This is a joke. No. Answer's no. For Burnley as well, probably. West Brom, maybe. But it'll be a loan. Unless they just buy him outright, which is suppose possible. But none of it is worth breaking out the lube.
Yeah.
I already said last show, he's more likely to play for Honduras than us. He's more likely to become just a solid pro somewhere and not at a EPL team. And if I'm wrong, 2 years from now, I'll eat some crow. But I haven't had to do that. Okay, even less reason to trust this report. Carol Figueroa's little brother's reporting this? Yeah, well, I'm sure he'll say just about anything.
That's rough. I just assumed it was a typo of the first name because they're so fucking close. I don't have it up anymore, so I can't go back and look at it. If that's true, U.S. Youth National Team's comp US. that's
we'll see. I don't know his little brother from the hole in the wall. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen him at any. Maybe he has been part of the youth teams. I don't know, but what is he? He got probably like part of the U15s, I imagine.
I have no idea.
You gloss over. You don't really think about it.
Yep, no idea.
Because I follow some of the youth players when they're actually playing with MLS or the academy players abroad. But God, when it comes to like U15s and stuff like that, when they start posting stuff like, "Oh, this team is great," I'm like, I guess.
And I do know my holes in the wall, but anyhow, I do not know this one. So, U.S. men's national team November roster: Gio Reyna returns. Pulisic sits out friendlies and versus Uruguay.
Yeah, we kind of covered some of the quotes already. This is a Stephen Goff article for the Yahoo Sports. So I just want to go over a couple of them that we did not go over yet, and just see what. And some of these are going to be recapped whenever we go over the actual presser, anyways. So
I'm more interested in the questions than I am the answers.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Recap of the video. So
yeah.
Well. Left back, Antonee Robinson, winger, and Alex Zendejas were not called in because of injuries. Central midfielders, Malik Tillman just getting back from injury. Johnny Cardoso just getting back from injury because they just returned from ailments. Midfielder Yunus Musa is healthy, but his lack of playing time for Atalanta has impacted the U.S. status. All things we've said already.
Agreed. But the only reason I brought this up is the potential hypocrisy as far as the lack of playing time for Atalanta compared to, say, Gio, who's getting a lack of playing time too.
Okay. All right.
I'm not saying the player for player in that situation. Yes, there's a difference.
Musa's been healthy and he's not playing.
That's a good point.
Reyna's coming back from injury, and when he has been healthy, he's playing. So not as much as we'd like. He got one start so far.
I'll agree. And I was looking for this quote, and I just now found it, of course. But we were talking about Robinson and his the injury that he sustained and everything like that. But Pochettino on Antonee Robinson. We are in contact with medical staff at Fulham. We are worried, of course, because he has gone a long period. He cannot play. At the moment, he is still recovering from his problem.
Yep. That's what we reported 2 shows ago.
Yeah.
The surgery did not take, and he is not fully it's just they got to go back and look at what's going on.
And as Pete said, do that shit now, man.
Well, I'm sure they're not waiting.
Yeah.
Sure they're not waiting. He's not playing. So I'm sure they're looking at it.
Real quick. My mother-in-law is in town because we're celebrating my wife's birthday, which isn't this weekend by any means, but it's a weekend that works for everybody else. And so everybody's coming down from Michigan and everything like that. So my mother-in-law is in town today, and I'm going to be sleeping down in the living room on the couch. So I told her, I'm like, hey, please make sure I have a pillow and a blanket. And my wife responded, you can sleep outside, you twat.
There you go.
Oh, man.
There you go. Freeze to death, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
I gave my mother-in-law the guest room, and she's saying no. She's going to sleep in the living room, so I guess I get the guest room. Yay.
Nice.
And the only reason I sleep in the guest room is because I snore like a fucking banshee, and my wife gets shit sleep already without me being annoying the fuck out of her.
Yeah, Brett's not in the doghouse. This is just it's just horrible.
It is to maintain a happy life, because if I slept in the room, if I consistently slept, I generally sleep in the guest room because I snore like a banshee, and I do have a CPAP machine, which helps, but I don't like wearing it. If I had consistently slept next to my wife snoring like a banshee, I think she might murder me.
Could be.
That's fair. I wouldn't falter for it.
Then I'd have to host the show by myself.
Exactly.
All right, and that would suck. Milan and Crystal Palace are not right to complain because we are the first that care, and we never make a player play with some doubt. Never, never, said Pochettino, a first-time national team coach whose managerial career has included Tottenham Hotspurs. Fuck all that. He added he was very disappointed with the criticism because I am very respectful with all the coaches and with all the clubs and with all, of course, the players and the fans. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm sure he is. He's trying to maintain a good relationship, which is why Richards was left. Well, even though he started today and went the full 90.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like the team saying, but he needs a break. We need him. We're going to play him, but he needs a fucking break. And Poch finally relented and said, okay, we won't call him up. Give him a break. You'll get a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Well, he's like, now I'm going to give him this. I won't have these fucking coaches bitching my ear off. I mean, he's clearly pissed. He's clearly annoyed by the coaches.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's just like, fuck you, you motherfuckers. Fine. You want a break? I'll give him a break. Don't come bitching to me next time. So
yeah. So he's getting his break now. That's basically what's happening. So there you go. Chris Richards is.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering why Chris Richards is not here, that is why.
That is why.
They had a little spat. And the Crystal Palace manager and Poch, and finally Poch just said, well, fuck it then. Just give him those 2 weeks off. Fine.
Yeah. So this is the official quote for Weston. We talked about this already, but it's important that Weston be there to try to convince the coach to keep him playing. It's more important because we already know what he can provide for the U.S. team.
Yeah, so he's like, well, we're not really worried about chemistry right now. We just want all our players to be playing regularly, and he's an important player for us, and we already know he is, so we just want him playing. That's all we want. Mm-hmm. We know who he is. We know how to work him into what we're doing already. So just keep him playing. I get it. I understand it. I mean, I'd like to see McKennie here, but okay, if that's your explanation, I'm willing to buy it, and I will live with it. So,
yeah. So this is the quote we talked about with Spalletti. As far as being impressed with Weston's versatility, he's gone to insert former players here who are part of the board. Ask him to renew McKinney's contract. Spalletti wants him for future Juventus. My response was, I'm shocked, truly shocked that yet another manager has come into Juve and said much the same as the rest. I think it helped the previous manager, encouraged him to focus on his health during the preseason.
Yeah. Well,
it's just surprising. How many coaches has Weston had at Juventus? And every single one of them continue to play him, despite the fact that there are Juve fans that are going like, this guy's garbage. We're not going to win anything with him on the pitch. Guess what? You've had 4 or 5 managers that continue to play him there. Mm-hmm. And now you have a new manager. It's like, hey, I want to extend his contract. Let's get him on board.
Yep.
So it's fascinating to me that's still a fucking narrative, but is what it is.
Yeah. Well, it's shocking that it's a narrative for the Juve fans. Like, get over it. All the coaches, all the managers that have come in, still pick him. So get over it. And he's in the best shape he's been in a long time. All right. Here we go.
Let's talk about this team, Derek. There's a lot of controversy. It seems like.
Yes. Roman Celentano, Cincinnati. Matt Freese, New York City. Jonathan Klinsmann, Cesena. And Patrick Schulte. We were wondering if Klinsmann would get another look. Yes, he is. Who's not?
Schulte was going to get another look.
I'm not surprised by any of these.
No. Well, I mean, all of them have been called up a number of times. Well, I mean, this is the second time for Klinsmann by that means, but Celentano's been called. This is Celentano's, I think, second time under Poch. Schulte's been called up a number of times before injury, but then has been called up for a while. Freese is obviously the number one going into the World Cup, no doubt. The big I wouldn't say surprise per se. We talked about this earlier. Is that Matt Turner's not included?
Well, I mean, I think Poch has seen enough.
Who cares?
Right?
I guess. I mean,
Poch has seen enough.
What's funny is that I mentioned earlier that he's over at Crystal Palace training. So he finished the season at New England. He went to a couple basketball games, and then Leon's like, "I don't want you coming here. Just go back and train with your old club, one of your old clubs." One of your old clubs that you were loaned to, not even a club that you were a part of. You were loaned to that club. Go over there and train.
So I think this possibly could be the end for Matt Turner. I don't think it is. I think Max Breto certainly thinks it is. But I think, we don't really know that. All I know is we've got 4 guys that aren't necessarily surprising.
Who the fuck knows who's going to be the second and third goalkeeper come 2026?
It doesn't even fucking matter.
Who fucking knows? Because it could be anybody. All we know at this point is that Matt Freese is number 1 as of now. And
that's all that matters. The rest of them don't matter until they do. This is the most inconsequential group of so what's that's ever been in our goalkeeper. Like, so what? So what and so what and so what? All 4. So what? So I don't care.
We've talked about it before. Bring a second goalkeeper as a contender who could, Schulte, sure. Klinsmann, yeah, why not? Celentano, okay, I guess. But I mean, probably not my first go-to as a second. And then on the third, let's bring a young goalkeeper who's the future. I mean, not the future, but a future.
I think Klinsmann's still relatively young.
What is he, like 27,
24?
26? Oh, he's got to be older than that.
25?
Let's see here. Jonathan Klinsmann.
I mean, he's not young, that's for sure. But if you're talking about bringing in coaching, that's probably not going to happen.
He's 28.
Holy fuck, he's old.
He's old, yeah. He's been around.
All right, he's hitting his prime.
Bring it. Yeah. Coaching Brady as a third goalkeeper? Sure.
I don't care. Brett, this is the most I don't give a shit position I can possibly come up with.
And that's the saddest thing too, because I mean, at this point, I mean, people were clamoring for Freese for a couple of years there. Like, this guy's been pretty good. This guy's been pretty good. And he's finally got a call, and he's overtaken Turner, although primarily because Turner's been sucking donkey balls. But that's the shittiest part as far as our striker our goalkeeper depth.
And
is that we're sitting here going like, I don't care.
We don't know how bad he's played in practice. So practice.
Practice? Talking about practice?
We don't know how bad Turner's been in practice with his feet. And if it's been worse than Freeze, then yeah. But honestly, roll the dice on that one, on who starts. And I could
who starts? No,
I don't care. I really don't care. I still don't care. I don't care.
Okay, let's go through the list. I have all the confidence in the world in Freeze right now because he hasn't given me a reason not to.
Matt Freeze, but as far as I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. I could easily be won over if Klinsmann gets the game and plays well. I could easily be won over. I could be easily won over by Celentano. I could easily be won over. I don't know about Schulte. That one I'm not sure about. But okay. The other
I'm still just as confident with Schulte, quite frankly.
There you go.
He had a game or two there that was like, but I was still fine with it. No more than I am with Freeze. And people talk about it. They're like, has Freeze really been tested? He's been tested a couple times, small ones, some decent saves. Tony has he really been tested?
Tony says Derek is easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yeah. Yes, I am. On that position, particularly.
Such a slut, Derek.
He can be easily wooed at that position. Yes. Call me.
I'll take a traffic cone right now if it just stops the fucking ball.
You can stop it. That's all I care about. If you can't kick it, we're used to that. All right. Arson, Columbus Crew. Serginho Dest starts at right back. Alex Freeman will be his backup. Mark McKenzie would start along with Tim Ream. And who else? I guess Miles Robinson. I think Joe Scally is there as a center back.
It's safe to assume that it's going to be McKenzie, Ream,
or Trusty.
McKenzie, I don't think Trusty's going to get the start now. It's going to be McKenzie, Ream, and then let's rephrase this. It's going to be between McKenzie, Ream, Robinson, and Scally as far as center backs are concerned.
You think Trusty's sitting in the back seat there?
Yes, he's not been called in. This is really his first window under Poch. He's not going to get started.
He's only been back for 3 games for Celtic. Now, granted, he's played well except for today.
He's going to get a look at, and maybe he'll come in off the bench. But no, I think it's quite frankly, if you're not going to play Scally as Dest's backup at wingback, and he's got to be your starting right center back.
Well, we'll see.
He's got to be your starting left center back, which means that it's going to be McKenzie or Robinson.
So Scally's a center back. That's why
I think so. Yes, I think so. Given the fact that we have 5 wingbacks in this roster, counting Scally, yes, I think he's the center back.
I think Arson's going to start out left, and I think Tolkien's his backup.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
I agree. That's why I think Scally's going to be playing center back, despite the fact that he's been playing wingback for Gladbach the past handful of matches.
I think Dest will still have minute limitations for his club.
Coach is fine with that. Play Freeman. He's been playing Freeman for the last 4 windows. So
yes. So you'll see Dest play 70 and then come in and play 30 in the next game. That's what you're going to see. Probably
100% agreed.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'd be honestly shocked if Scally were to start the second match or the first match. Doesn't matter, whichever one Dest does it. I'd be honestly shocked if he played at wing back. I think given this roster, like I said, you got McKenzie, Ream, Robinson, and Scally as center backs. Oh, and Trusty. Sorry, there's 5 center backs, 5 wing backs.
But we're going to play 3 in the back because honestly, you've got Trusty, Scally, Robinson, Ream, and McKenzie. That's 5 center backs. I think we're playing 3 in the back.
100%. No, 100%.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. All right.
That's why they're heavy on the defense. 10 defenders. Come on.
Yep.
Midfielders, we got Tyler Adams from Bournemouth, Berhalter from Vancouver, Morris from Middlesbrough, Reyna from Gladbach, Roldan from Seattle, Tessman from Lyon, and Zawadsky. There we go. Zawadsky from Columbus Crew.
All right. Well, the guys that are missing because of injury makes sense. Tillman's just coming back from injury. Not going to come to this. Obviously, Pulisic. It's not a midfielder, so that doesn't matter. McKennie.
West McKennie.
New manager. Cardoso, even though supposedly healthy, not getting off the bench. And who else? That's about it. So everybody else is here because
Colin's calling a back four, and he says that I've said it's a back four. We'll see. I just think that you have 5 center backs, 5 wing backs. There's little to no chance that we play a 4-back right now. In my opinion. I might be wrong.
I mean, listen, that's the thing about Poch. If I've said it, fine for Ives. But he's been wrong in the past calling these things. So I think if we switch from a back 3 to a back 4, I'd be pretty surprised. But it could happen. It certainly could happen. Tanner Testament, I mean, Christian Roldan, people are going to get upset about it, but whatever. I think the great thing is that Gio Reyna's here, although I do think
he should be listed as a forward, quite frankly.
He should be. Yep.
He's definitely not going to be playing the midfield because you got Adams, Berhalter, Morris, and Tessman, and Roldan for that matter, and Zawadsky.
But, with this many midfielders, you think, well, Jesus, are we really going to play only 2? That's crazy. 2 holding mids. It's a lot of midfielders, but it could be that's the case. And I don't expect Reyna to get a whole lot of time.
Well, I mean,
it's already been said by Poch.
Something to be, yeah. And I mean, something to consider. I mean, well, Adams went out injured too. I mean, are we going to consider him potentially being a time limit player?
He will be, yes. Adams will be time limited, not because he's injured, just because Bournemouth and Poch have a deal.
Sure.
Right? No 99.
Fine. We've got enough players here in those 2 roles that we don't have to play Adams all the time.
You could play
Morris and Tessman. You can throw in Roldan in there because he's been on fire, or not fire, but he's been solid enough for the U.S. men's national team recently. Why not?
So I think you could see that. I mean, we'll see where Zawadsky fits in. I'm just really surprised we're going back to this again with Zawadsky. A little surprised, but then you go down the list of who's available because of circumstances, and then I guess you're left with this. So that's where you're at. Forwards, Brendan Aronson. All right, well, good for defense in the last 20 minutes. Balogun is your starting center forward.
Yep.
Luna, probably going to play out wide. Pepe is Balogun's backup, and I'm sure they'll have minutes limitations, so he might see, 60 and 30. So should Balogun. Haji Wright, I heard, I don't know, maybe it was Pete who said we can't consider him as one of the 10s anymore. Yeah, I think we can. I think that Pepe can play underneath the center forward. Wright can play underneath the center forward.
I think it's Wright plays alongside either Pepe or Balogun. It's going to look more like a 2-striker formation.
It might. But the way they mix and match when you play those 2 10s underneath Balogun, those 2 10s.
Haji has the pace to be able to play that role, quite frankly, and move around the pitch. Quite frankly, the strength to do so. Too.
I mean, honestly, you could at some point, based on the 2 10 roles, and you could move Balogun back to a 10 role along with Wright and play Pepe up top. I mean, you could do all kinds of weird shit here. It's impossible to say.
We're not saying that Haji's the 10. We're just saying he could play the role of a 10. I mean, he's played the left wing striker for Coventry.
He's played a pinched in winger for Coventry all last season until the end when he became a center forward, and this season when he's become the center forward. He played a pinched in left winger role. So it's not like it's impossible to fit him into that spot. It could happen.
We don't think Haji is Jesus. That's okay.
So, but it could be Luna. I don't know how much I really want to see of Brendan Aronson, but we probably will see him.
Well, I think the 10s are going to be. I think the 10s are going to be dominated by Luna, Aronson, and Gio. Quite frankly, those are the 3.
You would think, but no, Gio's not going to play that much. That's the understanding as of today from Poch in the interview in the presser said, we're really just here to get to know him. Now, if he plays more than the get to know him thing, great. Then you really got to know him. You got to know him and you got to see him play. But that's not what it sounded like today. So
I wouldn't be opposed to a Luna Reyna dual 10, quite frankly.
no, I think that'd be fun to watch.
Throw any striker above them. Ball's been pretty much on fire for the U.S. men's national team. Wright's scored goals. Pepe comes off the bench and scores for us all the time. Not all the time, but I mean more often than not. I'm fine with any of the three strikers being strikers and then having Luna and Reyna behind them.
Yep.
I'm fine with that.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Good enough. All right.
So I mean, as far as the drama, because I mean, there are a lot of people on the Twitter sphere that are like, this is a solid enough roster given the circumstances, and then there are people like, this is a crap roster, and I've been curious as far as like who is missing that makes this a crap roster outside of those who are recovering and those who are injured, and then Weston, of course.
Okay, but we got to go through those, right? Zendejas is missing because he's injured.
Or just recovering.
Turner's missing because he wasn't picked. McKennie's missing because he has a new manager. Richards is missing because of an agreement with Crystal Palace. Musa's missing because he doesn't play. Pulisic's missing because he's coming back from injury.
Yep.
Jedi's missing because of injury. Weah's missing from injury. Tillman's just getting back from injury. Cardoso's just getting back from injury. Mm-hmm. So the only players you can be really offended by not being there are Noah Kai Banks.
Yep.
Okay, that's one. Number two, if you were a Maloney fan, this would have been his shot.
This would have been the window, right?
Yes. And then Lund, if you're a Lund guy, Lund's missing.
I feel like at this point though, Maloney has played just as much as Trusty has, but in a better league, right? Maybe not quite exactly, but close enough, I think.
He played again today. He went 90 again today.
Yeah, but it's a bit of a joke as far as the same amount of minutes, but point being is that Trusty just got back into the lineup.
Well, here's the odd thing with Maloney. Maloney played twice in the last 3 games. He played as a center back. Today, in the Conference League Gaiety, or whatever you want to call it, he played as a center defensive midfielder. So there you go.
The Trusty played as okay. Fair enough. He did that with Sheffield a little bit, didn't he?
I'm talking about Maloney.
Oh! I thought you were talking about Trusty. Sorry.
Nope. So Maloney played twice as center back. Today he played starting role for Mainz at center defensive midfield.
And if he played for Juventus, the new coach would be beaming about his versatility right now.
Although it looks like, and I didn't get to see the whole game, I only watched chunks of it. Like he may have fallen all the way back to center back, but you know how far back Maloney drops. And I only
sure.
Saw the highlights, and it looked like he was playing center back to me in the highlights. So I'm like, did he really play center defensive midfielder, or did he play center back? Because I couldn't frankly tell based on the highlights. So there we go.
Yeah, I'm just pulling it up on Footmob to take a look, I guess, at this point.
Derek
they definitely have him as a go ahead, sorry.
Derek loves the prestigious UEFA Conference League. I think it's a waste of all our time. But yes, I don't like it. I think it's stupid. How many divisions lower do you want to go? Let's make 4 divisions of European division Conference League soccer. Why not? Let's do 4. Let's go 5 deep. Let's go 5 levels deep in European soccer. Fuck it. Let's let everyone play. All right.
So, I mean, just looking at the lineup compared to the Heidenheim, where he played more as a defensive midfielder too. He played defensive midfielder at Heidenheim in a 4-back, where the backs got up a lot, and he basically
covered the back too.
Covered back and played as almost a 3-back at times.
Yep.
It looks like here they're playing with the 3-back, so I don't think he was. I mean, and this is me being just speculating, of course, but I would imagine that he wasn't playing nearly as deep as he was with Heidenheim in that sense, because why would you with 3 in the back? But
hard to trust Footmob as well.
True, very true.
Formations. So,
but Mainz did end up beating Fiorentina. So
Fiorentina crashing like a fucking Zeppelin. Yeah.
All right. So Anybody in here? Outside of Maloney, potentially Maloney, and who was the other guy that was questionable for Lund?
Banks.
Banks. There we go. That's one I was thinking.
I would have liked to seen Banks, honestly.
Sure.
He's starting.
I'm honestly kind of surprised that he wasn't included because Poch called him in. If it wasn't for the knock, he might have actually got some playing time. And it's not like he's gone back to the Bundesliga and not played.
I mean, we could hear an excuse from him being like, well, you know, he's just won the starting role, so we want to let him.
He's got to impress the coach.
Yep. Yep. Caleb Wiley injured. Jack injured.
And I think the other two local boys that got brought up again were Brian and Owen Wolf, as far as players that could have potentially been called in instead of reoccurring players.
I like Owen Wolf, but
I mean, I feel like after this season, you got to give him a look. If you're gonna, if you've got a beaten down roster like we have, where we have potentially five starters that just simply are not able to make it here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this would be the opportunity to go ahead and give a guy who's had a stellar season an opportunity.
Well, this is going to set off a fire. Wolf is better than Luna. Some people think that.
I can't tell you. I haven't seen enough of Wolf. I've just noticed that. I've noticed from week after week that he's done well for Austin. So I'm not sure.
I'm sure seeing a lot more Luna than Wolf, so it wouldn't be fair for me to make that judgment. I've seen two Wolf games all season.
I've seen a lot of Chicago, obviously. I've seen a smattering of RSL and U.S. men's national team. And as we mentioned earlier in the show, I think Brian's had the better season than Luna. I wouldn't necessarily say we need to remove Luna from the roster to bring in Brian, but I would have liked to have seen Brian.
It's too late, Brett.
He's already played for Mexico at this point, right?
He's going to.
It's possible. Very possible.
All right.
I know Frank's on my case. He's like, yeah, you're in the fourth stage of denial or whatever it is.
I think it's over. All right. What else we got here?
Let's see here. It's all still part of the U.S. men's national team. We don't need to worry about that because we covered all of that stuff. So whatever.
Yep.
I brought this up. We didn't talk about it, but Poch is going to leave somebody off in the World Cup because their club got a new manager.
No, he's not. Shut up.
It's funny, Derek. That's funny.
No, I hope that's a joke.
It's a joke, but it's funny.
Good. I don't know those guys, so if it's a joke, good for them. I thought experimenting was done. What the hell are we doing, Poch? Zawadsky is an experiment.
That's a big talking point. That's a big talking point people are making. And here's my answer to this. This. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if what we're seeing here predominantly is going to be Poch's team minus a couple of players that are key starters like Pulisic, Weston, and so forth. But and Malik, those three at least, guaranteed.
I could name more than that.
I'm just saying guaranteed for Poch.
Richards?
Oh, Richards, yeah, sorry, 4. There's 4.
Yeah,
So those 4, you could remove 4 players from this current roster, but this roster as a whole is pretty much going to be Poch's team.
Cardoso?
I don't think there's going to be a whole hell of a lot of difference.
Cardoso?
I mean, he hasn't really done anything for Poch. I wouldn't be surprised if Cardoso's left off, even if he does well at Atletico this season.
I'd be really surprised, as much as Poch is a fan of La Liga, and this is a big if, because Cardoso's been available for 2 games now.
3.
Hasn't got 3. Hasn't got a sniff of time. Nothing. Why, you ask? Why? Why is Cardoso not getting a sniff now? He went out injured, and then another guy took his starting spot, or mostly his starting spot, and another guy who's been coming in off the bench has been doing really, really, really well. You don't want to ruin that rhythm if you're the manager. So Cardoso's going to have to suck it up for a while. And if he sucks it up too long, he ain't going to make the team. So there you go.
So we can get rid of that. We've got a couple of videos here left. In the night.
Okay.
This one's super quick. This is a video of Raj talking to Gio. I want to take. Have you heard this video yet?
No.
All right, let's see what you think.
Did you think about MLS as an option?
No, that was never an option. I saw the rumors, but a lot of those I didn't even hear about, so it must have been fake.
God bless the newspapers.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what we tell you on the show all the time. Most of those rumors are total horseshit. Do not buy into them at all.
And MLS transfers, whether you like the handle or not, came out and said, well, this is fake because clearly there's clear evidence that LAFC was reached out to by Gio's party. And I responded by saying, it's possible that both things are correct.
It's true.
It's possible that the agent has reached out to LAFC primarily just to leverage interest in Europe, saying, hey, LAFC is interested, so you guys should be interested. And it's possible that Gio had no idea that he was doing
called leverage. Yes.
So it's possible both things were correct.
It's called leverage, and agents do it all the time.
The only thing you can take from this little snippet is that despite what some people may have said years ago that some players might find their way to MLS, that Gio has had no interest in coming back.
Interest at all.
As of this stage in life, has no interest in coming to MLS.
None. Zero. All right. But we already knew that. We knew that.
We knew that. Mm-hmm. We said the same thing about Weston, and I guess Pulisic was kind of lumped into that too, but whatever.
All right. We got some really good questions. I'm covering this from the media perspective specifically. Let's see what they asked him.
Do you see in him that potentially could add to this team? And basically, why did you invite him back into camp? Thanks.
Yes, no, you're welcome. I think we already know Gio, the potential of Gio, and the talent. He has enormous talent.
Good enough, because we did this quote. Good question. Yeah. And he said talent like 5 or 6 times. So we're done. He thinks Gio is an exceptional talent, and that's why it's worth bringing him in, period. I think, what's the next one? Is it?
This is in reference to, this is Doug.
Doug, this is great.
I'll say, last thing I'll say about the Gio quote, it's hard not to acknowledge the fact that he's got talent and potential.
Mm-hmm.
Does he fit Poch's system as a whole? I think that's what we're going to find out.
Yes, as a 10, he would.
I think so.
The fact that he's listed as a midfielder is a mystery to me. But yeah.
Well, I think that's U.S. soccer fucking up, really. I don't think Poch has any interest in playing him in the midfield.
I hope it's a mistake by U.S. soccer because Poch clearly had to explain why why Luna was listed as a forward instead of a midfielder today.
Mm.
And he's like, because we like him out wide, and I see the 10 role as an attacking forward. So if that's true, then Reyna, who's a 10, should have been listed there too. But okay.
Don says attacking midfielders. I agree in that sense, but we don't list them as such.
Yeah, we would agree with you. Yeah, but
it's still the U.S. soccer is still listing all the players as if we're playing a 4-3-3.
And what Poch said today in the interview was he considers 10 as attacking players. Attacking midfielders, he said, and second strikers are for him forwards. That's what he said. I'm just quoting him.
Or paraphrasing, I'm not sure.
No, I'm literally quoting him.
Oh, fair enough.
Yep.
McIntyre from Fox.
Thanks, Michael. Hello, Mauricio. Thanks for your time as always. Forgive me for asking about players that aren't here. I'm not saying,
No problem.
Not saying I think they should be here. Just curious why they're not. Chris Richards, Weston McKennie, and especially Yunus Musa, a player maybe similar to Gio in a way that he has a history with the national team of playing well, but isn't playing much for his club at the moment. Thank you.
Props to Doug McIntyre for being snarky as fuck on that question.
What a nice, less than subtle jab.
Yes.
Hey, last presser. Fuck you, motherfucker.
You were a dick last presser. I'm going to let you and remind you were a dick. And at the same time, support my compatriot here who is also here today, Jeff Carlisle, who asked what was a very innocent question that you flew off the handle about.
Whoa, whoa! Don't bite my head off. I'm just going to ask a question here.
Yep. So it says Slatton says, Smider Slatton, Doug just took a jab towards Gio with that as well. I didn't hear that, but
the jab is, hey, why did you not include Yunus Musa when he has a similar club situation as Gio? Is basically what he said.
I think he's trying to point out the inconsistency of Poch's picks, not a jab at Gio Reyna. Although it wouldn't be surprising to me, as we saw Lawless today, certainly not take I guess you could call it a jab at Gio Reyna. It lacked context, what Lawless said today. So this is a question. You can read into it all you want. And I don't know Doug's position on Reyna. I haven't really heard if he doesn't like him or he likes him or not. But I do like this question being snarky. Snarky. I love it.
Jeremiah says, I love the pettiness.
Love it. More of that, Doug.
GGB says, Doug losing his media badge.
I think I'm rubbing off on Doug. I think I am rubbing off on Doug. I really think I am. All right.
It's happened for a number of people. Finally, people are seeing the light that you don't have to be this cocksucking media personality.
I do want to remind people
cocksucking being the U.S. soccer, being the home of the cock, of course, and you're sucking,
right.
Of course.
That my Twitter comment about when I defended Jeff Carlisle for his question and when he was berated by Poch, my Twitter comment was liked by Doug McIntyre. Okay. All right. There we go. That was what? A whole month ago.
Jack Benet says, "Ooh, you're rubbing one out on Doug, Derek. What the fuck?"
No, I'm taking joy in the fact that my nastiness and snarkiness is finally coming out through others in the media, through the press. That's all I care about. I want these questions to be a little snarky. I want them to have a little bit of edge. I want them to be serious questions. And I want them to point out when a manager's being a pussy. All right? And that's what Doug just did. He just said, you were a little bitch when when my friend Jeff asked this question last time. So let me preface it first by saying I'm not endorsing these players. Perfect. More of that, please. More of
a series of posts here. So let me get through these first before you respond. Spider Zlatan says he was the one that came out the article that Gio didn't take blame for the Greg thing,
and we went after him on that.
Went out to Doug.
No,
Robert says exactly. Spider Bravado says Derek propaganda working.
That's the point.
Lame question, Derek.
It is working. It's not a lame question. What he just did was throw poop that Poch just threw at Jeff Carlisle. Doug picked it up the next interview and threw it back at Poch. More of that, please. More of that.
Let's see.
And listen, I do not agree with Doug McIntyre on so much. I don't want to get into it. We have a long history of disagreeing with one another. So that's not the problem here. What I am applauding, because I'd be stupid not to, is finally having some edgy questions. Finally. Thank you. That's all I'm asking for.
You're saying
ask real questions. Right? I am, by the way, Colin Reese, I am joking about that. I'm sure I have had no effect on Doug whatsoever. I was making a joke. I would like to think that Doug, who liked my comment against Poch when he railed against Jeff, who I am no friend of Jeff Carlisle, as anyone who's watched the show knows. So
I'm not saying that we have any immediate direct influence on their takes, their personalities, and how they approach things. But I will say that prior to the independent content creators coming out on YouTube from like 2020 and up, And even up until recently, the media loved softball after
Total softballs.
softball after softball. And then you started seeing a change of things. You started seeing former players who have their own shows now that are being a little more complex in how they address things and being a little more direct. You see Herc, you see Jimmy, you see Donovan from time to time with Timmy. Not saying all the time, and sometimes their takes are not so great, but that's just my opinion.
Yep.
But you're seeing a lot more criticism, and you're seeing a lot less fluffing by those within the media since that. So I'm not saying that we directly influenced them, but maybe they're looking at the overall arching scheme of things and saying, hey, here are some guys who are being critical, and there's actually a decent enough fan base that's saying, I agree.
Right, and I have to say, and again, not to fluff ourselves too much, of the independents, people who do shows, we have more connections to the media, the mainstream media, because of our past than the other shows did. And so we have been able to, behind the scenes, influence some of them, for instance, to stop hating Tact and Pete and talk to them. So I don't think it's totally unfair to say that we have had some impact on them because of our past connections with them and our past in general of being a part of not what I would call mainstream media, but certainly Big Soccer and Soccer 365 and a lot of other places that I worked as well before Big Soccer. So people trust us when we say Tact's not totally an idiot or full of shit or whatever. Anyhow, the point being, they're getting more critical because they know all of us now, all of us, you guys too, are watching what they do. And they know they do not want to be called out for being, well, compromised, which is what a lot of them sound like they are up until recently when they started asking real questions.
Plus, I think there's some degree of them just being jealous of our good looks, personally.
Well, yeah,
and how humble we are too.
Yep. Wallace is, for instance, being on our show 2 or 3 times. Stop trolling. He really has. Now, you can disagree with him, but he has seriously stopped trolling. And we had a long conversation with him about that on our show. I'm not saying he changed his point of view since then.
Red or right? No, I don't think that at all.
But at the same time,
revelation, right?
Same time, I've been in touch with Loss on a regular basis since. So we were at the Japan game. I was texting Alexi. So yes, they know we're watching now, and they know we have expectations of them to not be, as Pete would say, shills. I wouldn't say that, but that's what we all expect. And when they make progress, we're supposed to say, "You're making progress. Keep it up." That's what I've been saying to them when they make progress. Mm-hmm. And I'm still going to disagree with them on things, but this was one of the best press conferences because we've got multiple snarky and challenging questions in this interview. Rare, very rare. So anyhow, I'll get off my soapbox.
A lot of Carlos Mejia said Roldan's post is totally a troll, though he doesn't believe that. GGB says he got pulled in, he got baited by the Roldan post.
That's not a troll, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I wish it were.
So again, Doug asks, "Hey, don't bite my head off or anything, but what's up with these guys not being called in?"
Yeah.
Yes, I think different situation, different type of players.
He's just going to go. Yeah, you don't need to do it. We talked about it already. We talked about his answer to this. So why all the different players aren't going to be there and he's there? We talked about it. He's a special player, special talent. That's why he's here, et cetera, et cetera. And some of the other guys, we've already gone through his reasons of why they're not there as well.
I mean, of course, we went over some of his quotes earlier and stuff like that. So maybe that's why we're bypassing it. But I guess this is a presser for the press in this situation where we're actually more
interested in their questions.
The questions than there are the answers.
Yep, because we already know the answers. But the way the questions were framed are more challenging this time around. This is small progress. We needed that to continue. Did I have another?
Real quick, I've got a couple more tags here, but S27 says Brett Derrick. What do you think? What do you think the real deal is with McKinney? I think it's what Poch said.
Right? I don't think he's
learning the connection with the new manager and stuff like that. I think that's what it is, and there's nothing Weston's done. I mean, to warrant the fact that he's not a locked-in starter at this point. He'll be a locked-in starter, guaranteed.
Yeah, I think he's definitely making the squad, and I think this is all about. Again, he was pretty clear about it in the interview. I'm letting Weston meet his new manager.
Yeah.
And then the quote came out later from Spalletti saying he's signing him. Sign McKinney now.
Yeah.
Which you would think, but still you want McKinney to fight for a starting role. And I think that's fine. I mean, I'd like to see McKinney here, but I mean, if the world was a perfect place, but yeah.
S27 says I'm suspicious of that. Well, I mean, I said earlier, if Poch is consistent anywhere, it's the fact that he's let players miss windows due to new managers. He did it during the summer.
Yep.
He did it now with Weston.
Yep.
He does say that the problem is Weston is only being used as a 10. And I mentioned this, and I disagree with Marcus on Twitter earlier today because he said that he's gonna be playing up higher. And I'm like, I'd prefer Weston to play in the double alongside of, say, like Adams, because they have a chemistry first and foremost.
Yep.
But then Weston's distribution is massive. It's something we miss when he's higher up the pitch. And I want him to be able to crash the box instead of the one that's lacing the ball across the box.
Yep.
So that's still good, too, though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. All right. I think there's one more. Good one.
Two more. You have two more.
Okay.
This one's contradictions.
The Athletic.
All good. You did it. Thanks, Michael. Hi, Mauricio.
Hello, how are you?
You have said in the past that players need to earn their place in this team. They need to perform with their clubs. So when you call in a player like Gio, who hasn't been playing much, do you worry at all that contradicts or undermines your message?
Great question. Don't need to play the answer because we already talked about it.
We did this answer too. We covered it. Yeah.
Yes, we already covered this.
We cancered it.
We cancered it. But these are the kind of questions that have been missing from the media for I don't know, a long fucking time, and we're starting to finally see them.
Mm-hmm.
Who was this? I told you who that was, and I don't.
With the Athletic. No, you did not send this one to me, but it's with the Athletic, so it may have been Paul Tenoria.
Could have been. I think I put
the
author on for every one of them because I want to shout out guys that are. I think it might have been Bushnell, Henry.
To be in the best place, in the best form, in the best shape, to have the same possibility to be selected.
Next is Henry Bushnell from Young.
There you go.
Okay,
sorry,
Henry.
The Athletic.
So we already knew Henry. We already knew this is not too shocking, but it is more aggressive than he usually is.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
I've liked Henry's stuff.
Yeah, we've known Henry for a little while, so that is not surprising from Henry. That it's a tough question, but certainly not as tenderly put as usual. And then I had one more. I'm surprised by that. But.
Last one is about Richards.
Thank you, Michael, and hi, Mauricio. You spoke a little bit about Christian's situation, and obviously that was a talking point in Europe, whether Milan would be happy with you to call him in. And there's been discussion from Oliver Glasner at Crystal Palace saying that he was a little concerned with Crystal Palace with Chris Richards' workload. You've obviously managed on the club level, and as a club manager, you spend your whole international break praying that nothing bad happens and that everybody comes back okay. But now.
It's still a hard question, but he is giving a little rub at the same time. Hey, man, you've been at the top, man. You coach all these top teams, man. So you know what, Oliver Glasner's feeling, man. So he did give him a little bit of a rub there while he's also throwing, I think, a question because that was something Glasner said. So it had to be.
He said since the last window, he's had two managers for two of his top players. Come out and basically blast Poch.
Yep.
And I think what's more telling is less the question being asked in this situation, because we covered the answer already because we did the quote earlier.
Yep.
But the fact that Poch is pissed and he's like, fuck these guys.
Yep.
We monitor their health too. we don't put any players that don't want to be out on the pitch. So I mean, it's nice to see them kind of push back and say, hey, we'll give them breaks and rest and stuff like that. They need them, but they're not coming out here saying, hey, I need a rest. They come out here and want to play. And the Pulisic one is such bullshit because like, oh, Pulisic's had an ankle injury or whatever it was that he's been playing with. And I'm like, okay, well, that's great, but he busted his knee on a turn and a drag of his knee on the ground. Has nothing to do with his fucking ankle.
Right.
So it's a stupid argument. And you're like, basically all it is the managers going like, hey, these guys are important to my team, and I don't like the fact that they're playing 2 90-minute games and have to come back here and continue on moving forward. That's all they're doing. They're just bitching.
Well, the main point of this is not to all of a sudden say that U.S. soccer media, mainstream media, are now all perfect. They're certainly not. But the point is to point out when they're getting better.
The turns have tabled. Yeah.
We need to continue to push them to ask the hard questions. And when they don't, we need to take them to task like we've done here for 3.5 years straight. And before that even. So you got to push people. And I think they've gotten the message. I think they're starting to get the message that we don't want a bunch of compromised people covering U.S. soccer for us anymore. They got to get a little bit more discerning about the questions they ask, and if they got to ask the hard ones. They got to dig in a little. This wasn't particularly that hard, but it was an improvement. So
we've got to, as a nation, we've got to remove the kiddie gloves. And U.S. soccer has to understand this. And Poch grew up in much harsher environments than this.
Yes.
So if you claps back, that's fine. But I mean, you have to be able to accept the claps initially too. In U.S. soccer, for the longest time, didn't want the clapbacks. They wanted simply softball questions get thrown around. Hey, who's the best pool volleyball player on the team? That's great, awesome sauce. Did you get a new mug from Starbucks? That's great.
Who won the ping pong tournament? Hey, how do you like Cincinnati? How do you like our training fields?
Have you had any of the Cincinnati whatever chili? Skyline chili? Come on, get me a Skyline chili. It's the best thing we have here.
Now, if those questions come back, we need to take those people to task.
Yeah.
But
I say we remove their media passes because we don't need that shit. Who fucking cares?
If all the media people from The Athletic and ESPN and Fox and etc., they all start asking hard questions, you can't fire them all. You can't ban them all. So if they've all gotten together, which might have happened, and said, we're all going to start asking hard questions because they can't get rid of all of us, then good for them. Good for them. It could happen.
Yeah.
So...
Well, that's the thing. It's the thing. You don't have to be dicks. Leave that to us. We're be the dicks.
Let us be dicks. But
go out there and ask a serious question. Seriously. Yeah.
Yep. So we're starting to see a little bit of that, and it should be encouraged to continue. Let's not, you can, and believe me, if Doug puts out it's really weird. He put out a post. I disagree with it. And then I was called like I'm a friend of Doug's, and I'm not a friend of Doug's.
Yeah.
We do occasionally rap back and forth, but he's not a friend of mine. I don't know him from a hole in the wall. Again, I know holes in the wall, but I don't know this one. I mean, I know him in the sense that
you had a lot of glory with those holes, correct?
Well, I know him as exactly. I know him as a reporter, and he knows me as a reporter from back in the days, but he wasn't around then, but he knows what I've done. And so, I mean, we get along, and that's okay. And I'm still going to disagree with his ass. So don't take this as anybody giving in. We're not giving in.
Yeah.
We're going to hold their ass to the fire as long as it takes to get this kind of questioning to continue on a regular basis, even when they hire an American manager, which they're bound to do in the future. We need to keep the pressure up.
Coach, imagine, yeah.
Yep.
GGB says, are we going to wrap this up? My stepsister's waiting for me.
Yeah, we are going to wrap it up. In fact, we're wrapping it up right now. Thank you for coming on the show tonight. It was a blast. Thanks for Pete for coming on briefly for that 40 minutes or whatever it was, 30. We love it. We're going to be here. We're not going away. And for the 215 of you who managed to come out tonight, thank you. We will be back next Monday. Have a great weekend.
That hurt.
Blowjobs are a no for me.
It is a skill. It is a practice.
Dick! Come back.
Oh, no.
Super chat at the last second by Julian Villas for $4.99. What do you guys
Why do you guys think
Spalletti wanting you to renew his contract? Also, why is Picas there?
I don't know who Picas is, but the reason Spalletti wants him back is he believes he's a good player. And he can play lots of different positions. I think McKenny has proven his worth. So, Pooks, this is kind of screwed for a while. So we'll see what happens.
Why isn't he there?
Why isn't he there?
Yeah. Why isn't he there with the U.S. men's national team is what he's saying.
Because of where he plays. And quite frankly, where he plays.
I mean, we're calling up Scottish Premier League players. I mean, we could call up some Crows.
I agree. That's a contradiction. However, he still plays where he plays. And
Marcus, quick, everyone super chat.
No,
Derek was on his way to the restroom, man.
Dude, I was ready to go take a piece. No, I still got to pee so bad. All right, I think we're out. All right, good night, folks. We'll see you soon.
That hurt.
Blowjobs are a no for me.
It is a skill. It is a practice skill. It is a necessary skill.
The secret to a great blowjob is saliva, saliva, saliva.
It's important for us to learn from this because I think we lose because we beat ourselves.
You need to swallow it too.
I don't understand the problem here.
The people don't understand esophagus is the main player of the game.
Try to stay away from it as much as I can.
You can start by licking the dip.
I didn't understand it, but
Patrick Agyemang to Bambi or a newborn giraffe or what.